This tower right here, which is known as the Spy Factory, has been received a nerf, but it was buffed in the 3.1 back-to-back recent update inside of BT Battles 2. And you guys don't know what they did? Here's what they did. It's saying here that the base cost used to be down to 800, it'll be down to 600. And the 3XX Spike Ball used to be down to 2500, it'll be down to 2700. And the XS1 Long Reach Spike Duration used to be down to 100 seconds, it's now 75 seconds. And XS3 unchanged at 170. And the XS4 Deadly Spike used to be down to 3500, it'll be down to 3300. And they explained the duration increased from Long Reach in addition to the start of round speed boost from Smart Spike has resulted in the XS2 being the dominant cross-path choice for spike balls. We have lowered the duration so that there is more choice between the cross-path. XS3 duration remains unchanged, and the XS4 has been buffed so that these upgrades can offer alteration option. So that is why for today we're going to be testing out to see how good is the Spy Factory inside of Battles 2, since I know the Spy Factory did receive a nerf but also did receive a buff back-to-back in the 3.1 recent update. We will find out and see if the Spy Factory is still pretty good, alright? So if you guys are new to my channel and want to see more content like this, make sure you sub and also smash the like button if you have not already. But without further ado, let's just jump right into today's video. Alright, here we go, ladies and gents. We got this map Precious Space, and we're going to be using Oben, Druid, Sub, and Spy Factory. So we're going to be going for the Druid Star all the way, so let's go ahead and do that. And this guy will be going for the Darn Gunner, which is going to be his first tower. Very interesting start that this guy will be going for, and I think we're going to be going for round 1 Open, as it's going to be as always. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that right about now. There we go. Now, I really don't usually play this map for my channel. Also, what the heck? Looks like he sent me with some Space Eco. I'll go for the Hard Vengeance just to be fine with it. And I think we're going to be fine against that, though. Now, I really don't usually play this map on my channel, because I definitely need, like, a better map, so I could try to see if we could try to showcase for the Spy Factory. Because if you guys don't know, the Spy Factory did receive a nerf, but it was buffed in the 3.1 back-to-back recent update inside of BT Battles 2. So we're going to see how good is the Spy Factory now, because if you guys may know that the Long Reach is definitely one of the most insane, but with the Smart Spike, you can easily get that up early, but along with the Spike Ball in it, because the Spike Ball plus with a Smart Spike with the upgrades in it, that thing will probably hold off the Spike Ball for longer if you rather have the upgrades off the back here. We're gonna see if we can go for the white combo here, if that's okay, and I'm gonna go for the Hard Thunders just to be sure if we do need to play a little bit safer here. But hopefully by the time we can probably still making sure that we do have a lot of the defense here for the better legged technique. I think the best way that we could probably still save more money in early to defend that counter laking rushes is we do need to go for the Sub all the way to the Submerge or the Reactor, and I think we might be able to go for the Spy Factory like very soon here. But looks like this guy's still sending me with some Space Eco, which is definitely not the best way, since I know many people decide to start sending me with some Space Eco very much a ton here instead of sending with some Goops over top. I'm not even sure what his loadout that this guy will be using, because he never brings on the farm, which is definitely pretty weird though. But since our goal is to try to go late, I'm gonna try my best to try to get some better defense up, or maybe we could probably just go for the Spy Factory like at the back. Not too sure what is the good Spy Factory spot. I think this might be a pretty good Spy Factory spot, if that would be quite fine by me. So let me go ahead and clear off the good old obstacles all the way. And let me see if we can get that up to the Spike Ball plus with a Smart Spike in it. Now, I know we could probably just go for the Reactor still, I know, but we will start going for the Jura Wrap first, and then after we get the Jura Wrap for the defense, then we gotta make sure that we need to go for the Sub all the way to get to the Submerge, so that way we could probably still decamo some balloons here. Like, for example, if there's any camo rushes going on, then we're gonna try our best to try to be sure we don't die like this to the camo rush. Which has to be sure we need to play a little bit safer just to be sure of it. But he is still saving up to go for the Hydro Rocket Pods, I'm feeling. I think he's going to be saving up like in this round or in the next one, which is on round 12. Yeah, it's round 12 right about now. And I think he is going for the Hydro. Yep, there goes with his Hydro Rocket Pods. But on the wrong Darn Gunner. Okay, I don't even think many people realize that the Darn Gunner cross path for with the powerful darts in it, I don't even think this cross path isn't going to be as good in my opinion. Literally, you want to go for the middle plus with the top path, but if you want to get defensive very often, then you could try to go for the powerful darts just to able to help out with it. And this guy sent me with some purples. Okay, I'm gonna try not to tower boost it, but I think we are good because I know we got a ton of Spy Factory pals all the way. And I'm gonna try to be sure that we need to go for the spike balls before we don't want to somehow get all out of though. But let's see if we do somehow get that straight. I'll use the ability once again for the open. And there we go with the spike ball, by the way. Oh, and this guy sent me with some rushes. Okay, I'm gonna tower boost it. Let me have it on first. Are we fine against that? I'll go for the reactor. Okay, we're fine against that. Okay, I was a bit worried since I know we're probably going to be dead to the purples here because I know the Druid plus with the Hard Thunders in it is definitely going to be struggling very much a ton against purples, but we still managed to pull it off here with the good old Spike Ball powers at the end. And don't forget, the Spike Power is now 75 seconds instead of 100. This Spike Powers for the long reach plus with a Smart Spike with a Spike Ball in it will easily somehow defend like any rushes, like if there's any rush going on with everything that we're going to have. That way we can probably still manage to shred that BFB or mob rushes and much more here. And he is definitely not going to be sending any rushes here. So let me see if we could try to save it to go for the jungle boundaries. If that would be quite fine by me. I'm not even sure this guy will accept to send me with some BFB rushes. If he decides to send me one BFB, maybe or so, then we're going to be fine against that. Since I know we do need to make sure that we have to play a little bit safer. And this guy sent me with some purples again. Okay, I'm going to tower boost. Also, why is my open not targeting with some trees in it? Okay, I'll go for opens level 3 or level 10. What the heck? Yeah, it looks like we're going to be fine against that. Alright then. Well, it's a good thing we're going to be playing a little bit safer, even though we need to get a lot ton of the Druid farms all the way, because I know the Druid farms, guys, are definitely the best way, so we could probably still get and manage to build up defense here, along with using the good Druid strategies in it. Also, this guy right here is going to be using the NG, plus he's going to be using the Super Monkey, which is going to be the loadout, so this guy will be going for Darling, NG, and Super, which I don't even know why this guy's going to be using a very interesting strategy. Like, I don't even think many people doesn't realize that the strategy, I mean, you can still use the strategy, like, at some point, but the thing is, though, if you do use the better strat, like a Dora plus with a Dark Gunner in it, I'm not sure how good is it going to be against some counter rushes here, like in the early game. But for that being said, I'm not sure if we do somehow save up for the counter BAT rush for my opponents, since I know this guy has a Super Monkey loadout, which is going to be the way. But hopefully we don't end up getting rushed from DDT counters here on round 26, since I know in the matter of fact, if we do somehow get rushed from it, then I think we might be able to go for the Spy Storm for the back here. Also, I'm gonna have to go ahead and start using the level 10 ability once again. Also, I can't even like target far enough. Like, I don't know what the heck is going on. And we're gonna go ahead and start building another one as well all the way, so we can easily start prepared to go for the counter. Hopefully that'll be fine. Send me with some rainbows here. Very interesting rush here, but that is definitely not going to do anything here, because I know we have a ton of the Druids here. And also, I need to go for this upgrade to the, I'm not sure what is the good spot for the Superstorm. I think this might be the better Superstorm upgrade, if that'll be fine by me. But hopefully we could probably still save it to go for the Superstorm off the back here. I'll have the Populous Bus ready up just to be sure of it. So for round 30 rush, which is known as the BAT rush, I think the best way that we need to somehow defend that counter, along with using the very decent amount of whatever type of strategy that I'm using right now, which is Druid, Sub, and Spy Factory, I think the best way that we could probably still manage to defend that rush is we need to go for this upgrade to the first strike, and then after we get the first strike up, then we have to marker once again with the first strike, and I think we might be able to get that Superstorm back to back all the way. And I will be making sure that I have everything set up so we can probably still prepare for the counter. Let me see if we do go for, oh, I should probably go for this upgrade to the Deadly Spice, because I forgot to mention though, they decided to buff it back in the recent update in the 3.1 inside of Battles 2. Well, we went for the Permanent Spike, by the way. I was gonna plan to go for the Deadly Spice just to showcase it off for you guys, but I guess that makes sense, as I know it does not do anything because it's only the base cost for the Spy Factory, which is pretty makes sense to me. Also, it comes around 30, by the way, with some BFBs. Let's go ahead and get that Spirit of the Forest up. I think the Spirit of the Forest might easily help out very much a ton here, because with the Spirit of the Forest, plus with the Populous buffs all the way to get to ×5, we might manage to defend that no matter what's going to be. But if there's any spot, I could probably just place it down like all the way. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, I'm not even sure if this guy, oh, oh my god, that was so close. He sent me so much regular DDTs against the Spy Factory along with the permanent spike in it. And he said to the AI. He said to the AI. Yup, he said to the AI. Oh my freaking goodness, that was definitely pretty close. I thought I was gonna die first because, well, I almost barely died because I thought my perma spike was not going to handle it, but we still managed to defend that rush, to be honest here, because I know we almost literally ended up dying to that rush. But with DDTs in it, we could still end up going for the Spy Storm or go for the Carver Spikes, like whatever you called it. But still, we managed to defend that rush. But I want to see if we could try to take it late, so I'm gonna hop into another one. So I'll see you guys when we get to the next one. Alright, so we're back on round 25, which is going to be the map star, and we got a ton of Druid farms all the way, so we can probably get a ton of money's technique. Hopefully we do need to go for the Spirit of the Forest or go for the Spy Storm against the ETs in the next round. After this guy sent me one, that we're probably gonna go for the Spy Storm or go for the Spirit of the Forest. I mean, Spy Storm might be the best option to do because along with the Spy Storm, we might end up somehow defend that DETs like no matter what's going to be. But if you guys can take a look at the strategy that this guy will be using, he is going to try it out Darling, Ninja, and Sniper, and along with Obit in it. Which you guys remember back in Season 1, since the strategy was become one of the meta strat due to those bugs, a ton of bugs, and much more with the strategy. Since this used to be one of the most dominant strategy of all, when you combine it with everything off the back, when you go for the MAD and much more with every strategy. This strategy will probably somehow be one of the most unbeatable of all. It was back in the recent seasons update inside of BT Battles 2. And I'm not gonna lie when I'm saying this, it would be pretty impossible just to able to somehow defend it because a ton of several nerfs, buffs, and much more with the strategy. I wouldn't think that the strategy would not be as good in my opinion, but hopefully this should be pretty interesting that we could probably somehow take it late. We're gonna see if we could go for a couple more jungle boundaries all the way because we got a ton of eco progression. We got like 4,000, like we almost have like 5,000 per eco, but we need to save it to get that Spirit of the Forest up in case we need to make sure that we need to get that stray. And this will be the Superstorm off the back here, so that way we could probably just make sure that we can blow those DETs back. But if this guy decides to send me with some BADs in the next round, which is on round 30, then we gotta make sure that we need to start prepared to go for the counter rushes. Also, I'm gonna have it on first, by the way. Don't forget about that, because I always forget to have this upgrade on first for the Avatar Wrap, because the last time I tried to defend that rush, I kind of mentioned that I forgot that my Avatar Wrap was on last for the whole entire time, and I didn't realize it was on last here. But it's a good thing we do have it on first, just to be sure that we have to leave it on first for the whole entire time. And I do need to go for a couple more Druids all the way to get to the good old Populous Bus all the way to ×5. This is ×5, this is ×3. Let's try building a ton of the Populous as always. And we have, I think we have no, this is ×4, ×3. Okay, I'm gonna have to go for another one. Since we do need to get everything set up, I think the best way that we could probably still manage to defend that counter is we had to have every Spy Factories. Like, I think we need to get that Carver Spice first, and then after that, we need to get a ton of first strikes instead here. But I think we're gonna go for the Spy Storm before we need to start preparing for the counter. And not even sure if this guy will accept to send me a rush. I really hope that this guy will rush me soon, because the last time people decide to refuse to rush me, it's just really unfortunate, because I have been trying to get this video, try to showcase for the Spy Factory. I mean, it's only for the early showcase that I wanted to show you guys, but basically I just want to see how good is it going to be against that bad rushes, along with using the very decent amount of the good old sub plus with the Druid and Spy Factory combo. We can manage to shred that rush very easily here, along with using the strategy in it. But since he went for the MAD on the Darn Gunner, then I think he's going to be fine against that, since I know the MAD might somehow help out very much a ton here. Also, we're going to go for the Carver Spikes once again for the Spy Factory. Also, don't forget about that. We need to get that Energizer up, because again, Energizer will give the cooldowns back very quickly here. So we do need to go for the Energizer as possible. And I need to use the abilities, all the Druids farms all the way. And I think we do have everything set up. Also, don't forget to go for the super mines at the back here. There we go with that. And after we wait for my opponent to send me a rush, then we're gonna try our best to try to defend that all-out bad rushes here, since I know in the matter of case, I don't even think this would be the necessary for me just to try to just to see if we could probably still somehow defend that rush. But for my guess here, I don't even think we are definitely not going to. Also, I was thinking about that. I could probably just place down the super mines like right towards here, because again, if I rather place down like right here towards the middle of the spot while I place down the nest of the Carver Spice in it, then I think we could probably still manage to defend that BAD rushes quite faster here. Instead of like going ahead and start like insta-kill that BAD along with the strategy in it, I think that might be the better choice, that we could probably still manage to go for the super mines like towards the back here, which is definitely going to be a very interesting spot that we got to make sure that we have everything straight here. But I'm not even sure if he needs to start countering me with some all-out bats in the next round or so. But unfortunately, we have 92 lives here, and I need to start countering my opponent like right now, actually, because I need to start like wait it out, so we could probably just make sure that we could probably still wait until this guy literally wants to counter me or not. If not, he might somehow refuse to rush me, because I need to be sure that I have to get a lot of the Spy Factory defense up ready up. After we got everything ready, then we're probably gonna start preparing to go for the insta counter. But it's round 39, by the way, so not even sure this guy will accept to send me a rush. It looks like this guy is not. All right, I'm gonna send 1 fortified bat just to make it see this guy might send me a rush. Like, I really want to see if we could probably just test out some defense here. And I don't even know if this guy will accept to do so. Looks like, oh, he sent me a rush right now. Okay. He sent me with regular bats, which is definitely not as bad. I mean, we could probably just try to go for the first strike or the preemptive strike, actually. Hopefully we will insta-kill that rush here. Okay, it looks like it's not. Oh, I did not mean to use the regenerate ability. Okay, we still fine against that, but I need to, okay, we did manage to shred that rush very easily here. Oh my freaking goodness, man. I forgot that we could probably still shred that rush here if we do have the super mines like on the back here. But again, this guy didn't send me like a fortified bat at me against that strategy, which is pretty unfortunate. But I guess we did get to see the defense here with the strategy. You guys may saw it before, which is Jurist Sub and Spy Factory. But that strategy is definitely pretty insane on my part. But again, we did get to showcase it off for the Spy Factory early game. But for late game, I want to see if we could probably still pull this off here against that rush. But if there's a gigantic fortified bats, then we will 100% going to somehow defend that rush very easily here. But we still ended up getting the dub here. But let me know if you think the Spy Factory is still pretty good or not, because I know the Spy Factory in the early game is definitely pretty decentable if you want to somehow defend like rainbow rushes and much more, especially with purples, actually, because I see many people decided saying that against some group purples or rainbow rushes at the same time, it might still defend, but I'm not too sure how long that the Spy Power will hold out last. But again, the Spy Factory is still pretty good in my opinion, but let me know what you guys think. Alright, so once again, just for annoying though. But I'm gonna call it for today's video, so I hope you guys do enjoyed it. If you guys have not subbed, please subscribe and also smash the like button if you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you guys in the next one. And peace, everybody.